Our rules are simple, but the challenge is great. No shoulder pets, tames that can be carried, or typical boss dinos allowed. That means no Rexes, Therazinos, or any other dinos people normally use in these fights. Equipped with official server cap saddles, our 19 contenders will be backed by the commanding presence of a loyal Uteranus providing that extra boost. All competitors will go into battle with food to provide a healing effect. Herbivores will have plenty of sweet veggie cakes, and carnivores and omnivores will have cooked meat. No Overseer, because the movement speed required to get through the tech cave then chase the Overseer during the fight would shorten our list by a lot. It's important to note that tames in this series aren't typically used during boss battles because of the amount of mutations it would take to make them competitive. I'll be applying around 23,000 health and 1200% melee through mutations and experience levels to all dinos that compete. This will give them all a fair shot at defeating at least one of the Guardians. It won't always be feasible to reach these stats depending on the dinos I'm using, but I will let you know the amount of mutations and levels it took in order to reach it. All competitors start out with 50 base health and melee and 40 points in everything else before I apply mutations and experience levels. Use this information and decide on your own servers if the juice is worth the squeeze. Competitors are required to fight the Megapithecus, Broodmother, then Dragon on all difficulties, starting with Gamma, then Beta, finishing with Alpha. Their success will be annotated on this scorecard with a pass or fail system. Now let's introduce our competitor and see if they have what it takes. Pulmonoscorpius. This creepy crawly inhabits caves and desolate regions on the Ark. It comes with a single attack that inflicts sub-mediocre damage and torpor. It stings to say, but this little fella joins a long list of creatures that need some TLC. The stats required for this competition were achieved with 52 mutations and 70 experience levels. 27 mutations and 40 levels went into health, and 25 mutations and 30 levels went into melee. Now let's see if these sand lobsters have what it takes. I fired up the green portal and the not-so-musically talented Pinchy Bugs were ready to rock the Gamma Megapithecus like a hurricane. First off, small carnivore, that means they won't take aggro over Commander Utes. These guys only have one attack, and it's not that good. Hanzo would be seriously disappointed if he saw this. They do have one thing going for them though. They're short creatures, but their hitbox actually extends up a bit to compensate for their raised tails. That means I'm able to get the Megapithecus stuck pretty easily. This gives me confidence going forward against the harder bosses since they can be difficult to snag in situations where Commander Utes can't hold aggro. They are able to take down their first boss though and earn a pass. The Gamma Broodmother was up next, and again, I had a lot of success stopping her in her place with the Scorpions. The damage output from the Scorpions wasn't about to take me to the magic of the moment though, because it's pretty horrendous. Those children of tomorrow won't be sharing their dreams anytime soon, because these guys lack some serious stopping power. Have you had enough Scorpions yet? I bet you play Wind of Change after watching this video. You know damn well you're thinking about it. Looking forward, I foresaw trouble with the Beta and Alpha Broods because the Uranio ads can dish out some decent damage if the fight drags on, and well, clearly those fights are going to drag on. Gamma though, piece of cake. That's another pass. You're seeing this correctly. The spicy crawdads can't hit the dragon. The only other time I struggled to hit the dragon this much was with the Gigantopithecus. Looking back, I didn't quite show a lot during that fight, so I'll display a bit more in this one. Here's another bug I experienced. When I was at this spot near the river and would whistle for them to attack or put them on aggressive, half of the Scorpions would charge to this big rock and sit there for no damn reason. It's just another one of those bugs that makes zero sense whatsoever. Back to the hitting problem, it's not impossible for them to land hits, but for some reason you have to be in the perfect position in the arena in order for the tames to have the correct angle or elevation to be able to strike the hitbox. I seriously wish they would just attack, because they would land the shot. I'll be posting another bug report like I have in the past. And unfortunately the Scorpion squad gets a fail for the dragons. The blue portal was powered up and we were about to head into Gorky Park during the winter to take on the Beta Megapithecus. I'm sure there's someone in here that's never heard of the Scorpions. They're probably confused at these references I'm throwing out there, and that's okay. All you need to know is it's a group of sand lobsters that made epic music. The Beta Megapithecus was relatively easy once the Underscorps had him pinned down. I think these guys seriously need at least a secondary attack. Make the claws and the stingers separate or something. Pretty please? With a cherry on top. The Beta Megapithecus eventually goes down, and the Underscorps earn another pass. This fight was crazy. If the Scorpions took the aggro, then they would lose this fight 10 times out of 10. But since the Broodmother is fixated on Commander Utes, I'm able to prolong this fight for a significant amount of time and slowly chip away at her health bar with the Underscorps. The Broodmother's little Uranio minions aren't too terrible in the beta fight, and to be honest, I probably could have kept my distance from her a little more to prevent getting hit by her green spit. That was really the biggest cause of damage for Commander Utes. Eventually, the time came to abandon him, and he was slaughtered by the Beta Broodmother and her bastard children. The majority of the Scorpions remaining at this point started getting pummeled like crazy. and I did lose a couple. If this fight went on any longer, I don't think they would have been able to pull this off, but they did. That's one surprising victory and another pass for the Underscorps. I didn't think we'd see it, folks, but here it is, the red portal. That means it's time to head into the Alpha Megapithecus arena. Surely they won't be able to pull this off, right? Wrong. Once the big man is pinned down, it's just a matter of time. Now, the big-ass rocks he throws do some significant damage, and I do have to fend off the Monkey Mafia throughout the fight. With these longer fights, it always turns into a chess game of managing stamina with Commander Utes and fighting the ads, so I didn't sprint around dodging the rocks as much as I could have. Eventually, Commander Utes takes a huge rock to the face and I go flying. I'm able to suck down some healing brews and mount an Underscorp that was licking his lips. He was ready to win. On the hunt tonight for love at first sting. The thirsty Scorpions drop the Alpha Megapithecus and earn another surprising pass. Seriously, the Scorpions have some of the thirstiest songs out there. It's kind of unreal if you read the lyrics. Speaking of thirst, the Alpha Broodmother is finally here, and she ain't happy. You see, I called her and let her know I was coming over, but I wouldn't stop quoting Scorpion hits, and she eventually blocked my number. There's no one like her. I just can't wait for the nights with her. I imagine the things we'll do, and I just want to be loved by her. I mean, I sang it to her. You know the chorus. She got pissed off. She went into rage mode and came after me like I was a marble and she was a hungry, hungry hippo. Poor Commander Utes got shredded, and my shirt went with him. I was surprised at the quickness she took it off, and it made my nipples harder than chitin as I rode my Doom Underscorp into battle. She slaughtered us with that stupid smile on her face. I'll be back for more later, but for now, the Underscorps capped the night off with a fail. Heading over to the scoreboard, this will probably be a little controversial. Technically, they didn't clear Gamma, but they're a bugged creature. It doesn't change the fact that overall, they're shit. The only reason they got as far as they did was because of the massive support from Commander Utes. Their damage output is horrific, and I don't feel comfortable putting them in the same category as some of our other bronze winners, so the Underscorp gets the turd. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe and check out some of the other videos in the series. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.